Say I got a free. Say I got a free.
Such a fan of myself. It's ridiculous. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, it's not super late notice for everybody. Been super busy. Super busy. Let me see. Let me pull up this other screen. I'm waiting for anybody that's want to get up in here. I'm about to chop it up for a bit. Oh, I miss you guys. I really do. Man, I had a good rhythm going on. I kind of broke that rhythm, man. I got real busy. You know how people say life was life, and life wasn't life in me in a negative way. It was just life in me in a transitional way. But I'm settling back in with the schedule right now. So I just been dealing with like a lot of clients recently. Well, I wouldn't even say a lot, but just giving my one of my clients a lot of value here recently. So what's the title of this video? How to force your brain to get stuff done. Yes, that is the title of the video of this live stream. How to get stuff done. Like I said, these would be more engaging. These would be, I guess you could say, a little bit more entertaining once we start getting more engagement in the comment sections, because I can answer things in real time, give you guys some free value. Just because it's free don't mean that it's worthless. Trust me. Y'all, give everybody a chance to get up in here. I guess let me not wait. I get started. So y'all see the title of the video, how to force your brain to get stuff done when you don't feel like it. So I know, let me see if I can share my screen real quick. Uh, Roadmap. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up this template. Oh no, that's too advanced for me right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I gotta ask my guy Emery, man, how to use this use this software. Man, I'll let y'all see this in real time. Hold on. I don't got nothing to hide. Boom. I'm trying to do it, man, cause he like my guy Emery, man. He can do it so smooth. It's crazy. I just want to do a blueprint. Like just let me start and let me do my thing. Oh, product. Just do this. Bro, I don't know how Elmi doing it so Hey, with anything, it's practice, right? But dang, Elmi making it look so easy. Boom. So I want this to feel like you guys are in class right now. So this is a sticky note. So the first thing, how to force your brain to get stuff done. One of the most underrated things is sleep. Sleep is the most underrated thing in this equation. Let me see if I can go full screen. Incognito, a new window. Can I full screen this? Like, oh, I can. Bingo. Okay, that look cleaner. Cool. Sleep. Sleep is the number one thing, and we don't know how much sleep actually affects our productivity, us being consistent and locked in, we just think, oh, okay, I can get 5 hours of sleep, and that's nothing, man. But that stuff's adds on you, and I can be the person that can speak for that and to that. I went on like maybe like a half a year run of like 4 to 4.5 hours of sleep, and it does catch up on you. And I get up at the same time every morning, no matter if it's an off day or it's a 9 to 5 work day. I get up at the same time. But I noticed when I was doing that, sleeping only for 4 and 4.5 hours, I was more forgetful on the things I just learned, things I just studied. As you can see, I just did a recent book count. I thought I had a little less than 200 books. I just did a recent book count. I actually have almost 300 books. I'm in the 270s or the 280s in books right now. But anyhow, all I'm saying is like my studying. I wasn't retaining things like I normally do when I was only sleeping for 4.5 hours um, a day. Go figure, right? So I just want to let you guys know. Ooh, is my mic working? Bro, that'd be so embarrassing if this whole time. Testing, testing. Yeah, okay, it's working. Let me turn it up too. Yeah, man. So that's one of the things that we got to take into account is sleep. Sleep is major. Sleep is extremely important, and it just makes focusing way easier because you're highly irritable the less sleep that you get. Well, I ain't gonna say highly, but you're just more susceptible to irritability when you don't sleep. So let me see. Like I said, my guy, man, he can do this. Move around with this so cold. I don't really play around with this so much. I'm just trying something new. And I like experimenting with you guys with stuff like this. Of course, I'm not gonna experiment with you guys with proving things that I know will work for you guys. I've already tested it. And like I said, sleep is one of those things that I've tested for you guys. Don't try to be Superman and sleep for 4 hours a day and all of that. Because eventually, your body, like I said, I was getting up at the same time, but don't matter if it was an off or work day, but I will remember and recall on my off days, my body had just shut down. I end up sleeping an extra like 2 hours in and things like that. I'm like, whoa, start looking more into that. And I was like, dang, it really is my sleep affecting everything. It caused you to like stutter a lot when you talk and everything. And it's no problem if you have a legitimate stutter problem. I'm just saying that you're going to be once again more susceptible of succumbing to these symptoms, being more irritable. Hold on, let me see something. Being more irritable. Damn, what was I getting at? My bad, I just lost my train of thought. But sleep is vital. My bad, y'all. I'll just be looking at the chat. See if we got any interactions so far. It's cool. I'm getting back consistent on YouTube. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you guys. YouTube hasn't been my number one priority. It's kind of been on the back burner, man. Cause it's other things to me that's a little bit more important than YouTube. Not saying that you guys aren't important to me, but like I said, I have clients that came from YouTube where they know me, in my personal life, and they wanted to tap in with my services that I wanted to bring awareness to you guys and provide to you guys. So I had to, you know how that go, man. You gotta cater to the people that mess with you, show a little bit more effort, and who mess with you. You gotta cater to them more so than the ones that don't. And I think that's something that you guys can understand as well. Just how it goes. And it's just like the saying, right? It say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You know, you don't want to have to like force anything down nobody's throats. And that's the thing. When you guys come over to my channel, I don't want it to be that type of energy. Just know that all I'm investing into doing is really giving you guys help and value, That's why I created like my school community. See if I can pull that up for you. Operator Network. Find me on school and everything. And like I said, once again, school is available on iPhones and it's also available on Android. And you can get it on your, I don't know if they got a desktop version for school, but you know, you can just type it up in your browser just like how you see. This is on my PC right now live, so just pull it up on school. It's real easy and simple to sign up. Yeah, you can join this community for free. I got a free course in there. And then after that, well, you can skip right here. I mean, right here on my about page. If you want to just book a one-on-one with me, we can chop it up. Then let's just do that. No pressure, no pressure. But speaking of priorities, when I was saying that YouTube wasn't my number one priority as of right now. So, like I said, what was my number one priority? Staying consistent with giving value to the people that really want the help. Been my number one priority. And then my other priorities that follow that was, of course, staying physically fit, staying up with my physical health, reading and study. I take that very, very seriously. So those are the things that I've been really forcing my brain to get stuff done in that aspect, right? Like the title was hinted to. So the next thing, so one, we just went over sleep briefly. Two, this is a game changer, and it's always the small things that we undermine, right? It's always the small tweaks that really get us to those bigger goals or projects, as you will. So the next one, I would say doing the task early. Doing the task early. That is another major one. Sometimes we got to look at it ourselves like phone batteries, or you know how we look at our battery percentage on our phones. We start off the day, take it off the chargers, 100%. Halfway through the day, we might be on 50% of battery, or we might even be on 20% of battery. That's how we got to look at ourselves. What we do sometimes is when it's something that a task or something that we know is that important thing and it's imperative to get done and it's something that's going to propel us forward, we like to put that on the back burner because it's not fun. It's not that stimulating to us, right? But the best thing you can do is to try to do it first thing in the morning. If you can't do the hardest task, that number one priority, and that's what my service is for, we can always add on more priorities and we can stack later, but we just need to start with the number one priority that you want to see results in first. You know, so when people tap in with me, I'm not here to give you how to be disciplined with working out, how to be disciplined with studying, how to be disciplined with reading, how to be disciplined with eating healthy, how to be disciplined with productivity when you trying to operate. Hold on, I just had a notifications. My bad for getting distracted. But I'm here for just one thing at a time. We can stack eventually later on, but if your number one priority is, hey, I want to get more consistent studying, then I'm gonna help you with that first, and then later on we can stack another thing. You know what we do sometimes when we say, hey, I want to just be more disciplined and focused. People want to put too much on their plate at once. They want to be disciplined and focused and consistent in three things. Like, no, come to me with your number one priority and we can get there. And one of the tips I'm giving you right now is doing the task early. Look at ourselves like phone batteries, like battery percentages on phones. If you can't knock out that task after you just did a 9 to 5, after you worked 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 13, 14 hours, and then you get home and you exhausted and you wonder why you can't lock in, well, that's the reason why. And sometimes people might be like, oh, well, that's the only time I have to do that task. Well, can you go to sleep earlier? Try that. Like I said, that was the number one thing I started this video with this live stream. And I like these lives, man. If y'all like the lives, just like and let me know in the comments right now, because I think these are more raw. You know what I mean? I think anybody can just pre-record and, you know, be the perfect YouTuber, you know, behind the camera and everything like this. But, you know, I want everybody to see my own flaws live, and I might stutter or I might mess up or I might lose my train of thought, which y'all probably already seen me do twice. But going back to it, sleep is important. So going to sleep earlier so we can what? Get up earlier. And when we get up earlier, we eliminate more outside distractions because Most people aren't up at 5 o'clock in the morning unless they have to be up that early for work, or even 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning on your off day, most people aren't up at that time. So we can eliminate a lot of distractions. We can eliminate people calling us out the blue while we in the middle of tasks if we just attack those tasks early in the morning, and not just tasks with it being plural. I'm talking about just singular. We just want to focus on that one thing. So let me see if I can stack these. I'm gonna label this as 2. Give me 1 second. We're gonna label this one as 2. 2. This will be fun. Y'all make sure y'all keep up with me as well. Drag this down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have my man's M give me a tutorial on how to how to use this smoother. Another sticky note. We're gonna do this one right here. Boom. So I said 1 with sleep. Oh my goodness. Why is my keyboard sticking like that? Okay. Sleep. The second one is doing the task early. Oh, I want to make it like a pyramid system. Okay, cool. Whoever just joined, what's up, what's up? How you doing, how you doing? Good afternoon to you. Whatever time zone you on. I know if you out in Cali, it's more so like the noon for you right now. If you on EST time, if you out in New York, Chicago, Detroit, well, who else am I missing? Indiana, Ohio, then it should be EST time, about 3 o'clock where you at right now. And then if you're Florida's still on EST time, Atlanta's still on EST time. Nah, if you out in, is it Texas? Texas, I want to say is an hour behind EST time, if I remember correctly. But anyways, from my perspective, good afternoon to you. Let me put number 1. So if you missed anything so far, I'm going over how to force your brain to get stuff done. 1 is sleep. I just went over that. Wow, this is very underrated, but sleep is everything. It's going to keep you sharp and on your A game. It's going to make it easier for you to lock in when you have the adequate amount of sleep. 2 is doing the task early. I went over this probably right when you joined, but doing the task early is another underrated thing. We have to look at ourselves like phone batteries, like the percentage on our phones. We start off with 100% a battery in a day. We don't want to wait till we get off of work. We tired and beat up. We didn't already hit the gym and everything to try to lock in on that one priority that we want to move the lever for, you know? We don't want to do that. We want to do that first thing in the morning. So I know some people may say, well, it seems like after work, that's all the time that I have to do the task. Well, you know what that means? We have to get up earlier in the morning. We have to sleep earlier to get up earlier in the morning. So before you even get to that 9 to 5, before you go and work an 8-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour, 14-hour shift, we already have maybe 2 hours in the morning to play with, give or take, right? Or even an hour. An hour of focused work could do wonders, right? So drop a 1 in the chat right now if you're still with me. If something doesn't make sense, just let me know. Give y'all another gem. 3. What would I like to call this? Like a time urgency hack. I'm gonna do this. Go boom. Time urgency hack. I don't know if I want to call it a hack. I don't know if hack is just too much of a pop culture type word now. It's too generic and clickbaity, but guess we'll say hack. We'll use that terminology. Blow this up a little bit more. Go right here. 3. I would like to call it induced time urgency. Induced time urgency. Whoever is watching right now, drop a 1. I ain't forget about you. I know you watching right now. I don't know if you busy driving, whatever. Hey, I don't want to be responsible if you get in a car accident. So, hey, don't worry about texting in the chat right now. But if your hands are free right now, if you can take 5 seconds out of your day to just, show some support, say what's up, and all of that, that'd be much appreciated. You got to remember, I'm a very small YouTuber, so I don't have the luxury as the bigger YouTubers where I can just pop up on live and I get instant engagement and I can use that energy and I can just play off of that when I'm, getting into my field of studies and everything. Let me get back to this screen. My bad. Let me do this. Boom. There we go. So, induced time urgency. What I mean by this is multifaceted, but one of the ways you can do this is the rule. Is it Pavlov's rule? But this is the thing. If you know it's a task that I did, like, realistically, in your mind, you like, hey, it'll take me really an hour to do this. Then do this. When you put it in your calendar, so I like using digital calendars personally, but if you somebody that like pen and paper, then that's perfectly fine. Pen and paper is actually more beneficial, but I personally like putting it to Trello. That is the productivity software that I love using. And when you get the premium version of it, and I'm not sponsored by it or anything, obviously, but you know what? Should I even be shouting them out like this? But anyways, I just like how the software, you can integrate the calendar app into it. That's right up my alley, right up my boat. And for example, if realistically it only take you an hour to complete that task, mark it in there, your calendar, for 30 minutes. Why? Because you're shortening the time mentally, so you would do more in that hour of time. And what happens is you will notice that you're going to lock in for that whole hour, and you might even extend it and be like, oh man, you get so deep into your work, you might spend another 15, 20, 45 minutes into that task. So that's what I do. Because what we do sometimes, we want to give ourselves buffers. And buffers is not cool whatsoever. Like me getting on here, like, I could have gave myself a buffer today and been like, oh, I get on YouTube by 5. And guess what happened? I will wait until 5 to take action, or I would wait till 5 to contemplate on getting up on here. You know what I mean? No. Boom. It should only take this long, get up on here, get a people value and everything like that, get it done. So that's another important thing. Induce time urgency. Because in your head, if you know, oh, this task is only going to take 2 hours, but then you give yourself an extra 3 hours, you say, oh, it'll take me 5 hours to do this task, you're giving yourself too much of a buffer, and you're not going to have no type of fire lit up underneath you. So that's another hack. And I know y'all like, man, that don't work. You have to try it. Trust me. Like, people in my personal life, I'm working with a client closely right now. They see the difference, and people in my personal life, they know me in my personal life. Maybe I need to make that a video or whatever. Just start asking people like, who's the most, like, unprompted, like who's the most disciplined person that you know in your life. Some of the responses might be funny. They might get smart or whatever, and probably be like, I'm reaching for a compliment, but I'm not. It's just a show. Like, I really do this. I give y'all another induced time urgency. Boom. like I said, I'm not one of these guys that's into all the trends. Or I don't just say stuff that I haven't done myself. Boom, get yourself one of these timers. They got preset times. Now they have different versions. You buy this on Amazon. They got different versions. This one is 5, 10, 30, and an hour. They got preset intervals. So boom, see that? I shake it, I can reset it and go right back to 5 minutes. I can shake it, no, 10, 30, hour. See the countdown. If I rock it like this, boom, it'll reset the hour. Me personally, I like to always set it to 5 minutes, because when I first started implementing this into my workflow, what happened is you'll be surprised. And this is great for like the overthinkers, man, because I can relate to being an overthinker at times. So boom, sometimes I'll just get lost in my thoughts while I'm in the middle of doing like in the middle of workflow. And then the next thing I know, this thing will start beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, oh man, 5 minutes just went by. You guys will value time way more when you see how quick 5 minutes go by. I mean, just do the math. 5 times 6 is 30, is 30. So 30 minutes just went by if you're able to, boom, reset this every 5 minutes. Just look at it like that. And that goes so fast. And like I said, they have different presets. They got versions where they got like a 1, 3, 1, 3, 15, like 1, 3, 5, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. They got like different presets, but I like this. This one is nice and standard. And you guys got to test that out. I personally like the 5 minutes. Some of you guys may do the one where the preset is for like 3 minutes. And I think in the instructions, I got this a while ago. I think in the instructions, you can change the presets on these, I believe. But I don't know. I just like the aesthetics of knowing that if you can just look at it, you can already know, okay, I got a 5, I got my hour, got my 10, and then I got my 30. I like that, me personally. So that's another induced time urgency trick right there, how to force your brain to get stuff done. These are just small hacks that's going to matter. And like I said, we only want to focus on that number one priority that's going to move the needle for you. We're not trying to stack 5 things that you're trying to be consistent and super disciplined in. We'll get there in time. But we have to just worry about getting A consistent. Then we can worry about getting B consistent. Then we can worry about getting C consistent. Wow. Now it's three, how can I say it? It's 3 avenues now that we're consistent in, right? So that's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of my system. And you guys can book a call down below. Or, hey, if you want to just test things out, go to my free school community. I'll show you guys that one more time. Shameless plug. So the Operator Network live on school. You can tap into that right now. And we still in the beginning phases, right? And it's such a beautiful thing. What a time to be alive, man. Be a part of something. And it's I guess you can say the infancy stage. Infancy. Is that too many spaces? No, space it again. Whoever watching right now, you still haven't said what's up. I'm gonna take it that you super busy right now. Maybe you on the road driving, or you could be at work right now on this fine Sunday. But yeah. Oh my goodness. It was so cold last week, and I think especially 2 weeks ago. It was so cold. I was working outside, and one of them days, it literally said it felt like -10 or -6 or something. But it was, in reality, I think it was 0 degrees outside. Oh my goodness, it was so cold. Had to put on Carhartt bibs. Over that, a Carhartt coat. What else I had to put on? Long johns. The bottom and top. It was crazy. Face mask on. It was so cold. you know, with them face masks on, it probably leaves enough room from like your eyebrows to really like the top portion of this part of your portion of your nose, right? Still, all that it was still locking my face up. It was that cold, so I had to kind of wear my mask almost like right on my eyelashes and put it like pretty much essentially it was on what do they call this? Your under lashes. So eyelashes, I had to put it on my eyelash and then my underlashes or whatever. It was crazy, and it was so cold that if my eyes started to water and my eyelashes, my eyeballs, my eyelashes was getting like icicles on it. They was getting all stuck and everything. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. So already been on for 30 minutes. That's what's up. Got any last minute questions before I get up out of here? I probably won't be on no longer than another 5 minutes. Did you have any last minute questions? How to force your brain to get stuff done? We just went over sleep, doing the task early, induce time urgency. You can play back this video that I went over all of that for you guys. And it's talking, and then, oh, in parentheses, I said, when you don't feel like it. When you don't feel like it. And that's what's so important about the system. And realistically, the thing to get the needle moving for you guys is probably no more than 2 or 3 hours out the day. For most people, I think it's really no more than an hour and a half, hour out the day. So that's why my system is so effective, man, because we're only trying to focus on your number one priority. We can stack all those other ones later on, but we just need to get consistent in one thing first, and then the ripple effect, the domino effect will happen. Will happen for you, for sure. This is when you don't feel like it comes into play. When you don't feel like it, this is going to come, of course, with coaching, of course, with a community, when everybody is here for one another, and to accelerate and expedite this process, you just need to tap into my one-on-one. You can click right here, actually, into my about page. I'm giving you guys the sauce. You can actually just do this on my about page. You don't have to join my free community, which I recommend. But if you want me to shortcut it for you guys, then boom. All you gotta do is click right here, right in the about page, and just pick a time. That easy, that seamless and simple. Whoever you are that's still watching right now, I appreciate you. Like I said, I want to be in good faith and say that you're just super busy right now, or you could just be a shy person, which is nothing wrong with that. Just being shy, there's nothing wrong with that. But I appreciate you being here, but I'm about to get up out of here. So y'all know what it is. Don't be stuck and done forever. Let's learn and grow together. I'm out.